It's that time of year again. It is WrestleMania week. Now, I don't watch wrestling like I used to, haven't in quite some time, but always around WrestleMania season, I always peek my head in, see what's going on, read the dirt sheets as the people say. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut that. But yeah, so it's WrestleMania, and I thought I'd take time and make a video about my favorite WrestleMania logos. Now, the WrestleMania logo, the first one, very iconic, and it was pretty much for the first 8 or 9 WrestleManias. It was pretty much the same with little variation, but as time went on, they decided to make logos that either reflected the theme or reflected the locale or reflected the time period in which it was happening. I'm looking at you, WrestleMania 2000. So yeah, like I said, the first WrestleMania, I mean, you gotta have the first WrestleMania in some of the best because it started it all. It started it all, and it's not one of those logos that you see that are from the past that you're like, they had to really do a lot to improve upon from there. Like, this is an iconic logo that you've seen in various places, including video games and at events. So that first WrestleMania logo is fire. It is a classic. They pretty much brand around it. So you got the 2 and then 3, and then you just go straight to the Roman numerals, and you get to 9, and then 9 they do something a little different. They're putting a little extra on there, and because 9 was in Vegas, so Caesar's Palace and all that, so they put some laurels and something around it in the back to kind of go with the theme of Caesar's Palace, but still the core logo is still the same as it was at the beginning. And then 10, they did something a little fancy. They'd say they made, because the 10th, I was about to say anniversary, but it's not. That will come up later. But 10, they did a little something extra. I really like 10, and it was a grand occasion. 11, they kind of took away the color from it and kind of did this purple cloudy thing in the background. So the actual logo is just in black, and it has the 11 there as an event. Not the best, but the logo's fine here. WrestleMania 12, though, the boyhood dream did come true for Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 12 is fantastic. It was because this is the one where they went fully in on the theme. Like, it's parodying the 20th Century Fox logo because it was, Hollywood and that theme there. So I really like how this is like they went fully thematic, and I really like how this was. So I consider this one a classic too, because WrestleMania 12 really, I like when companies really go there as far as being thematic and making it really seem like an event. So I really like 12. 13, 13 is kind of like the start in some way, or at least the seeds of the Attitude Era with, that classic Bret the Hitman Hart Stone Cold Steve Austin match. So, but 13 was interesting. You got the WrestleMania logo and just a big old 13 on fire there. WrestleMania 14, I like WrestleMania 14. And not just because my favorite wrestler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, won the title for the first time, but I like it's one different color. So I shine. I like to shine a light on the logos that differentiate themselves from the others. Especially, we're still in the kind of early stages of WrestleMania, relatively. I believe the one that's coming up on Sunday is 37, but yeah, I like so 12 and 14 so far are the ones that I'm really taking a shine to. WrestleMania 15. I mean, they kind of used the same thing with putting the Russell on one line and the Mania on another line, with the XV in the background. I don't hate it. I do feel like somebody got Photoshop happy. It was like, yeah, everything's gonna have, texture's gonna be gloss, emboss, and yeah. But I mean, it's cool. But still, right now, 12 and 14 are the thing. WrestleMania 2000. I will say, WrestleMania 2000 is the most 2000 WrestleMania logo, and one of the most 2000-ist. Is that 2000? It was something. WrestleMania X7, I dig, because you gotta be extreme. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta hit that X on there. No, this ain't 17. This is X7. You know what I'm saying? Intensity. Yeah, but I dig it. I dig X7. X17 is the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Again, not just saying that because Stone Cold won the title again that night. X8, but starting with X7, you'll kind of see a new model where you have WrestleMania X7, then you got WrestleMania X8. So it's like you still have that WrestleMania with that little bottom piece under Mania. So you use that for X7, X8. WrestleMania 19, you got the 19 there, but different color. WrestleMania 19 was in Seattle, so you got that there. WrestleMania 20. WrestleMania 20 is cool. WrestleMania as a concept is interesting because you gotta deal with like how you balance everything out. But WrestleMania 20, like how they had on 10, they had the X, they had the double X's here. I dig that. WrestleMania 21 was cool. WrestleMania 21 was cool. Like, I feel like they really started to do some different things because now you have like the arc there for WrestleMania. You got the 21 really prominent there. I think it was cool. Not the biggest fan of 22, but you can tell like this is the era where they're starting to kick off the we're gonna do something different every year type things. WrestleMania 23. This was in Detroit, so you got, the Ford Center, so you're making it like it's, car centric, and like I really like the commitment to the theme here. Like, if you're just looking at it just with passing independent of the theme, you might be like, oh, that's kind of plain. It's just regular WrestleMania with 23 there. But if you kind of think about what they're going for, it's, it's in Detroit, like you really start to understand why they went this way, and you see the artistry in it. So I dig it. WrestleMania 24, that just looks great. That just looks beautiful. Like, that's just a beautiful rendition of the WrestleMania logo. You got the sun there. I believe this one was in Florida. Like, you got the sun there. You got the XXIV there for 24. That really pops, and I like how they allow that to pop. Like, everything, like this piece in general is just really pops, and it's really good, and I'm a fan of it. Okay. I have nothing against, we got the WrestleMania there, big on the marquee. You got the star there, the diamond star. No problems with this, except for it's not the 25th anniversary. It's the 20th. It's the 25th WrestleMania. Just because something is the 25th WrestleMania doesn't mean it's the 21st anniversary. Like, what is the anniversary of? Because the first WrestleMania isn't the first anniversary of something, because it never happened before. So it was WrestleMania 1. This is not the 25th anniversary, but they just wanted to do it because they wanted to put it there. And who's gonna say no to Vince McMahon? Probably somebody who doesn't want their job. But hey, that's my only issue with that. 26, kind of like how I talked about with the Final Four logos. Like, they really are honing in on the location and the themes and the angles and the colors and everything kind of relates to that. WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta is interesting. My only issue with that is it feels like they kind of had to force the Roman numerals in there. I don't know why it looks like that to me, but it looks like they just tried to force it in there. It didn't quite work for me, but you know. WrestleMania 28 is cool. Not anything particularly distinct as far as something that I could hold on to in the future. But I mean, you know, WrestleMania 28, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. Now, WrestleMania 29 is one of the best logos there. This thing is phenomenal. They went to another place. Whoever designed this, they went to another. 29 is my favorite right now. Out of what we're talking, 29. I love 12. I like 14. 29 though. I love 14. So that's so far. We got 12, 14, 24 is a good one. I really like 24. And 29. Okay. 30, another iconic, going with the X's again because an iconic New Orleans. I really like this. I really like this a lot. Now 31 going forward, they stopped numbering them. I feel like once they hit 40, they'll do it again. And they'll probably just save it for like big, or they might just wait till 50 to do another acknowledgement of it. But starting with 31, they decided to just go with either a themed or just a pretty much a location or theme type thing for WrestleMania. So 31's good. It's nice. 32, Dallas, Texas. So got the horns. Star Shine Bright in Texas. So I dig that. 33 was cool. 33 was cool. I feel like whenever they do it in Florida, it's got to be, well, up until this point. If it's in Florida, you're going to see something. We'll come back to that later. 34 is cool. They're back in New Orleans. So we got the Florida lead encompassing the WrestleMania. That's cool. 35. You got 35 out here. I believe 35 is Kofi Mania. You know, 35, you know, of course, in 35 is in New Jersey. So 35 is cool, you know. Not one of my favorites, but you know, it gets the job done. 36. It's one of my favorites. 36, well, I guess 36/37 because it was supposed to be in Tampa last year, but because of COVID, they didn't have it. So they did it in the Performance Center, I believe. And then this year it's actually going to be in Tampa Bay, in the Tampa Bay Bucks Stadium. So this year's WrestleMania logo, fantastic, playing off, you know, the Buccaneer things and with the swords, and then the tattered ribbon with the slight cuts around it, just beautiful. So yeah, that's what I would say. I'd probably go in favorites. I'd probably go 14, like 12, 14, 24, 29, and the current WrestleMania. I think those right now would be my five favorite WrestleMania logos. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below which WrestleMania logo is your favorite. And remember, as you go along in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See you next time.